Welcome back YouTube, it's my channel for Everyday Life with an Aspie. If you're following me right now, I'm AspieAnswersAll, or I'm known as Aspie, and I'm all about creating mental health awareness, sharing life stories with Asperger's syndrome, OCD and the like, and also basically being your mental and support person or advocate, basically to just give you some tips and advice as well as some pearls of wisdom and encouragement along the way whenever you guys are having your everyday struggles. So without further ado guys, basically I'm just trying to finish up the loose ends of the last part of the learning disability series if you're following me right now, and this is all about the dyslexia part of it. So this is part 10, episode 4, and they're looking for signs of dyslexia, so let's begin this. As you know, as I said many times before though, many people will have similar signs, symptoms that ranges from different, diagnoses, be it ADD, ADHD, and like I said so many times before, as well as everything else. But bear in mind also, as I'm sharing these tips and advice, if some of these don't fit, basically seek a medical professional for second opinion or advice as for, for medications or what have you, because as I said, I'm not an everyday Joe blog. Basically, just to put a disclaimer out here, I'm just normal myself, just going through my everyday struggles. What I may suggest to you guys may work for you, but not for others. But there's no harm in just trying some of these, suggestions, shall we say, to a point to see if they work for you, and if it doesn't, you can do it in another way and form. But anyway, let's go for this. Number one, of the, looking for signs of dyslexia is watch for reading and writing struggles. We need to pay attention to reading struggles that a young child might have, even if it's written off by teachers as nothing to worry about. You might notice your child is struggling more than his own peers, however, when learning to read. Dyslexia also impacts the motor coordination, affecting the ability to write clearly. Messy handwriting may be a sign of dyslexia, however. Since academics are based on reading and writing, your child may have issues in many or all of his classes. Even in hands-on classes, students have specific vocabulary, but dyslexia makes it hard to quickly recall the words that is needed, because the part of the brain that is responsible for matching sounds to symbols such as letters and numbers, however, is the same place where pictures are matched to the sounds that they may register in their brain. Okay. Imagine looking at a duck and having trouble hearing quack in your mind. This is what happens for a dyslexic child. Number 2, look for changes in their child's behaviour. Your child might become anxious and frustrated because of the reading struggles that they're having right now. If your child is acting up in class, the school may blame the academic failures on their misbehaviour or other misconceptions versus their, other label mentality that may come with it, instead of recognising that a learning disorder is the root of all the problems that is causing this. The confusion interferes with identifying and treating the cause of the problems, dyslexia, which may make the problem worse. The more that dyslexic child falls behind academically, the likelihood increases that your child will have frustration, anxiety and low self-esteem, while this will result in which may lead to depression. Number 3, pay attention to your child's self-esteem and emotions. You might notice your child hates school, thinks of himself as stupid, lazy or dumb. His classmates may do the same thing to him, causing socialisation problems. Your child may hate going to school because of the pressure and anxiety while failing behind academically, however. Anxiety is the number one emotion experienced by dyslexic children, however. Low self-esteem and high frustration levels often leads off to anger. A longevity study of 7 year-olds with reading disabilities showed that by age 11 they had much more trouble with behaviours and emotions than other children, despite receiving support for their disability. Number 4, watch for disorders that share the same symptoms. As shared before, that dyslexia and many other diagnoses that I've shared, be it ADD, and that has similar symptoms, even though some of them may be harder to diagnose than others, but then they can share some common characteristics along with the disorders that I've shared. Children with dyslexia process at a slower speed, struggle to focus and have difficulty organising themselves and their space. So do the kids have the following disorders to question and think about right now? Number 1, ADD. Number 2, ADHD. Number 3, autism. Number 4, 4, mathematics disorder. Number 5, developmental coordination disorder. Number 6, vision issues such as when a child's eyes don't track or focus on an alignment with other. Vision therapists claim a number of children are misdiagnosed as dyslexic when they really have eye-based issues. Number 5, realize the child's uniqueness. Dyslexia in one child looks completely different from another child. The disorder shows itself in a variety of forms and ways and extends in those it impacts. It is a highly individualized disorder, however, making diagnosis difficult as yet. You may notice your child struggling to understand whether others speak to him or her, or you may have trouble organising, expressing his thoughts and ideas into the right order for you. Nevertheless, psychologists can successfully diagnose dyslexics as young as 5 years of age. Well, basically that ends the real short and brief. Basically, looking for signs of dyslexia, part 10, episode 4. If you like full thumbs up for support for engagement, give me comments below if I've missed anything that is of relevance and important. Feel free to also follow me on Twitter, Facebook, AspieAnswersAll. Feel free to basically subscribe to my channel because I'm hoping to go on the daily. Feel free to also share my videos around to family and friends. Thanks for watching. Do what you love what you do. Until next time, I'll see you looking soon.